What's up, guys? This is Frenzy. Welcome back to Viewer Castles. Today we're going to start off with Sternum, Castle level 17, jump into it on my knight. Let's see here. Alright, charging Cyclops. I don't see anything behind it yet. There's the archers, alright. So I think your archers might be a little too far back, but it might not be a problem though, because I did retreat, like directly after I engaged, I kind of retreated. It might also be your Cyclops is a little too far from the spotter position, so if somebody gets spots them here, like if I was you, since you're using this entire room for this, I would have your spotting region after you get past this choke point, like back in right around here where you're actually gonna aggro the group. And then you have the Cyclops coming in and hitting you right here, so you can't get behind a wall and you can't get away from him as easily. And then your archers will hit a little bit more often. This is gonna be Stairmasters. Alright, so that's good. Although I kind of prefer it to be the long way here, instead of this way down. Yeah, just because, they're gonna kind of go to this corner, and this is an easier place to fight through. This is a smaller area than if I were to have to stand, over here if it was sideways. I think sideways is better, but it's questionable, I think. Alright, that should have pulled through the wall. Scorpio, what's the other one over here? Another Scorpio, okay. So it's a good thing I didn't go after that. Alright, and then there's... I was hoping I was going to be able to get this guy around the corner so he wouldn't be able to reach him, but it looks like I'm not going to be able to do that. So this is a good double pull, and if somebody pulls both of them with a healer as well, the guy's going to have some trouble. The Stairmaster is... it's okay, I guess. Stairmasters don't do that great with Scorpios, although I've had them in the past. I don't know, it's hard to use Stairmasters in open rooms just in general on that specialization. It's not bad though. I've done it in the past. Rarely you'll get, one or two hits at best. And you don't have dampeners or anything, or I would say add those instead. I guess that's probably when I started changing from Stairmasters to that. I mean, you can do things like add bad dogs and stuff, and maybe they get enraged, which is pretty good, but that's rare as well because it's a ranged mob, so yeah. Alright, Pete Poundmore, also another healer here. I think that's fine. I'm having some trouble actually taking this guy down, and I'm a few levels over it, so that's good. Alright, then the archer, perfect. Hit me with 2 of the bolts. It's pretty difficult to hit with 3, and I actually died. I wasn't playing smart, but yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you won't really be able to hit with 3 almost ever if someone's trying to dodge, but 2 is good, so yeah, that does a pretty good amount of damage. And obviously it'll get better next patch when they limit potions. I hope they limit potions. Alright, this one was lined up kind of weird because I ran to a different spotter. I would say only use one spotter if you can get away with it. Maybe position the other one back a little farther than, like if you can't fit it through this entire hallway, the aggro circle, put it off to the side and then have the other one down a little bit here. So it kind of lets you prioritize which snotter they're going for, right? So you can line up your Cyclops a bit better. If you have this one forward, then the hero's going to come in, and more times than not, he's going to hit this one, rather than the one farther away. And you can position all your stuff to hit like that, because I was able to dodge that Cyclops just by going to your second snotter there. Alright, this is going to be another pull through the wall with a Stairmaster thing. I probably shouldn't have pulled this, but eh. Alright, so you still have level 3 Hunger Bots, it looks like, so this could get better for you. The thing that I don't like is, I really don't like Stairmasters coming around corners like you had them here. I realize you don't have like a ton of options because you're still a little low level. You still have level 3 hunger bots. The only form of CC you have right now is Cyclopses. But when, like, we'll forget about the Pete Poundmore for a second and just think about this group by itself. If I aggro this and stand right in this corner, everything's just going to bunch up right here for me, and only one Stairmaster is going to be able to attack, yet my cleave will hit everything. So it's hard to make ranged mobs that are like not super tanky and don't require you to move around. Like Stairmasters kind of do, but not really. I mean, if there's only one of them hitting me, I'm not going to die. I'm going to be able to like stun lock it or something like that, and be able to kill all of them. That's the only reason I don't like Stairmasters and Archers that are like pulled around corners. Alright, so this is just kind of like a time waster. I mean, the Cyclops is okay. I don't know what else you could put in there. Maybe like a Jimbo would probably be better. I don't really like charging Cyclopses combined with Defendatrons because a lot of the time they'll charge out of the Defendatron's radius, and also, what do you call them? Cyclopses don't really do that much damage when they're on the charge ability as it stands. Alright, so this is good. You have the Defendatron guarding the Zeke, keeping his DPS high. You had a, what do you call it? A healer in here as well. So I think this is pretty good. It's a pretty good boss room, yeah. So yeah, not too much that I said to change, just a couple things that you might be able to tweak and make your castle work a little better. You had like a lot of skeleton archers and stairmasters and stuff like that, which are pretty easy to kill. They do a lot of damage, obviously, but currently with the potions as they stand, it's a little difficult to actually kill heroes with just like sustained DPS throughout your castle. So everything that you're doing here will get better after they limit potions, which is hopefully the next patch. I think I've heard that they're looking to implement that next patch. So, I mean, currently there's not all that much different that you can do, simply because you don't have level 4 hunger bots and stuff like that yet. But you do have a few elites as well. If you're noticing that people are able to complete your castle pretty close to the timer, you can think about adding in some more elites, or maybe just Defendatrons in certain areas, and that will make your timer last a little longer. So we'll jump into number 2 in just a second. Alright, and for number 2 we have namelessspace, castle level 20. I think I picked my archer. Okay. Jump into it, see where he's at. I mean, this needs to be spotted for if you're going to use something like this. Do you have the pin strike? No. If you're not going to use the pin strike as well, I'll talk a little bit about this in a second. Alright, so you had like a double pull here. So maybe you're looking for a knight to just kind of walk forward into this and maybe get pulled and, you know, die from this. But how it is right now for archers, and I'll talk about archers specifically, is they're just going to volley this, right? And having your archers so close to the hook person, the hunger bot, you're going to force your archers to miss shots. You're also going to force knights to get like pulled in to here, even if they do get hooked. I would prefer your archers to be somewhere back in here, and then if you want to keep this springboard trap in, I don't know if it's the best idea, but if you want to keep it in like this, just position them and turn them in a way so that as they're being thrown, they're going to get shot or something. You could even put them here so that they're shooting down as they're being thrown and stuff like that to do their damage. Same problem here with the spotting issue. I can see pretty much everything, so because you don't have like a snotter in between, like before it, I guess. Okay, so now I can see again why you had this. So you have these guys on bear traps, so that's why you have them up here. Bear traps are a tricky thing because if you hit this pull, it does stun you, and you will get pulled into this 100% of the time. The problem is it's almost obvious what you're doing, but at the same time, like, it's not. Like, I would think that this is just a bad setup if I walk into this, but I would always just volley right here. And I think that's just going to screw up your trap 9 times out of 10. Maybe knights would have a little bit harder time dealing with it. Probably not, if they just kind of aggroed it and then moved a second, just to, like, any movement. Like, literally the only thing that they could do to get caught by that trap is to walk straight to the archer and get caught. Which maybe some people will do, but I don't know if it's set up all that well to actually, like, lead into a multi-pull system like you have going on here. Also, okay, so this one throws you to that. Alright, so I don't think you need the hunger bot here. This is the end of your pull. I would prefer a bad dog or a bone puppeteer as support for this Pete Poundmore now, at this point. The only thing is, I don't know if you have Stairmasters, but I would almost prefer to throw you into Stairmasters if you're going to have it up like this, and then you can keep your pull. You could leave 3 Stairmasters here, and that will be almost an instant kill as long as you throw them and then they hit their eyeballs. And you give a good enough delay so that that's working. But all in all, like, the trap is a little bit weak just because the entry point is kind of... it's easy to spot, you know? Maybe I don't know that there's a springboard trap coming, but I know there's archers and 1 hooker, so I'm kind of in that, like, zone where I want to dodge out of the way, right? I'm already thinking about dodging when I aggro that group. This is the same thing. I see this way back from this wall here, and if you can move it back a little bit, it's a little bit better. But it's not bad. If you could move it like 1 hex down this way and back a couple hexes just to get it kind of under the skill bar a little bit, right? You're the one that has to kind of test these type of things. When you're making these springboard traps, it's important to test it over and over and over again so that you can kind of position it well, so that maybe I'm aggroing it here, right? Like, I'm aggroing it right around this range and it's down under my skill bar. And if the hunger bot has an angle, you can spot for me right here and hit me and pull me onto this trap. That's the key to making springboard traps work. Is testing over and over and making sure your initial hit is good. Does this throw you into that? Okay, and then you get pushed, and then the Zeke comes around the corner. I don't think I would be stunned long enough for this specific pull to work. I'm guessing this guy's on charge because I don't see the hands. He might be on his 3-punch combo, because I think that claw means that, but I'm not 100% sure. If he's on his 3-punch combo, I don't really like it that much. If he's on charge, I think you could set it up a little bit better, because I don't know that Zeke is actually going to come around that corner and get their shots off before the stun's over. Alright, so again, I prefer supports with Pete Poundmore. I don't really like an archer, especially on like bear traps. Seems kind of weird to me. I don't think anyone's really ever gonna just like charge straight to the bear traps and then let the Pete Poundmore DPS them down. I prefer bad dogs or either Enrager or medic puppeteer with my Pete Poundmores. I mean, the DPS isn't really all that bad, but I think bear traps in that specific circumstance is bad. And then what was this? Dr. Skull? I think you're getting about to that level where, I mean, you're level 20 or something. I don't think Dr. Skull's going to be all that effective for you. A little bit better against knights because they don't usually take AoE, but their auto attacks cleave. So, all right. So this one, I don't mind this. I like the idea. I don't even know if you knew the idea when you were doing it, but it was kind of a recent thing that I don't know why I didn't think about it before. But when Zeke is on his spread eagle, he has the chance of hitting with all 3 arrows if you're close enough to the hero. So with this pull, you do like multiple things, right? You have the chance of pulling someone into the next group, and normally I don't like things coming around the corner. One circumstance where I don't mind flanking ranged mobs coming around the corner is if you use the corner, it punishes you for it in some way. This is a punishable corner because you're going to be able to pull another group if someone goes and abuses this corner. Even better than that is like this jelly wall seems kind of out of place to me. I would almost prefer a ballista trap here in this room covering this entire area. Yeah, I think that would be even better. I had some other things I was going to say, but I don't remember at this point. But yeah, I like the Zeke, and I like the pull into the Zeke. That's what I was talking about. The pull into the Zeke for yeah, the multiple purposes by the hunger bot. You have the hunger bot pulling you into another group, and also pulling you into the Zeke so that he can get all of his shots to hit. So I like that. It has multiple purposes. That's good. All right, this one is a little weird to me. Let's take a look. Okay, so you do have Cyclopses on the 3-punch combo. I don't really like that. you do have level 4 hunger bots, but still one of your only good crowd control effects are Cyclopses. I do like Pete Poundmore's on that, because they do a lot more damage, whereas these ones do about half. It's still a decent amount, but I think that Cyclopses are a little bit weak to actually rely on like sustained DPS, which is basically what you're looking at when you're going for the 3-punch combo. When you're doing the overhead smash, it's kind of a one-time thing, right? If you get hit by it, you take 600 damage or something. If you don't, okay, you don't, but this you'd be looking at, you know, maybe 200 damage, and they're really not going to get any hits other than that because they have kind of low hit points. Not the lowest, but kind of low. I prefer charge or overhead smash, depending on the uses of it. They have two different uses, kind of. So, yeah, you can use them with archers on, you know, charge, or you can use them overhead smash just kind of as a sort of tanky, high damage dealing unit. So yeah, we'll jump into number 3 in just a second. Alright, for number 3 we have Dadaista, cast at level 13. Jump into it on my knight, but it won't matter too much because he's still quite a bit under me. So basically we can run through this one quickly and just kind of look at how traps are working together and kind of give you some tips on as you're progressing, because lower level castles like this, there's not all that much that you can do. So I do like this initial group. I think it's good. It's a good time waster, and the over-the-head smash is about the highest damage you can deal at your level. Headshot archers are okay, but I think that still has a little bit more overall DPS. I should have pulled 2 groups here, maybe. Maybe not. Okay, it looks like I didn't. This is also set up well. Zeke does quite a bit of damage as well when we're talking about that, and that is how you're supposed to use him, by protecting him with a Defendatron. Anything else may be a charging Cyclops, but your Cyclopses don't have stun yet, so you're using it correctly there. So far it's good vision. This should pull 2 groups. I just want to double check that it does. This is way too many, well, unless you have a Dr. Skull. Okay, so I don't mind this. This is good. What else do we have? So we had the Zeke coming around the corner with the Dr. Skull army. I like that. I think it's good. The Scorpio. There's a lot going on here, so I'm trying to think about everything that's happening. Because I wanted to see it before I killed it, I guess. See how it's supposed to work in like an ideal circumstance for you. Alright, so first of all, let's try to kill off the Zeke. And then try to kill off the Scorpio. This is going to work pretty well if someone does fall for it and starts killing off the Derps. The problem is Derps don't do all that much. I almost prefer Snotters because they have the chance of even killing a hero by themselves. And they're kind of a threat when you have that many Snotters at this level. They actually do a reasonable amount of damage at the lower levels for sustained DPS if they try to ignore the Snotters and go after like other things. Then you have the Scorpio, which I sort of like because you're kind of throwing them back onto the Spike Trap, although the Spike Trap is kind of in a weird spot by itself. Because it's skippable, right? You can go around it pretty easily. I like ballistas or rotating cannons probably a little more than this. In this circumstance, maybe ballistas. You have the Fire Trap. Now see, this is a weird thing. You have this Fire Trap here, but you also have the Scorpio on pushback, right? So yes, the Fire Traps are kind of good by themselves, but you could maybe use it better by using a hook. And I kind of like the hook. I'm trying to think how I would look at this. So I do like the Zeke and the Dr. Skull by themselves, because you don't want to pull someone, right? You'd rather have the Scorpio as the third group. So I like how you have everything set up. I'm almost thinking that the pull might be better, and you could just switch that trap from the Spike Trap as like just a rotating cannon, because I don't think ballistas are really going to hit, although they might. I don't know. You could mess around with them, you know? I think the trap could be changed there, though, for sure. And you could mess around with a pull Scorpio instead, because they do higher damage. Yes, you have kind of a crowd control effect going on there with the knockback, but I don't know. I kind of like the pull. But it's something you can experiment with. So personally, I don't really like Smelly Warriors. I don't think they do all that much damage. This room itself, this is almost a spot where you kind of want the bowling ball thing to push you out, push you away, and then have the archers shoot down the hallway. Because right now you're pulling to the archers. and you don't want people to get close to the archers. You want to keep the archers alive for as long as possible. I don't know if you use hunger bots anywhere else where you require a hook, but I almost think about, you know, changing it to the pinball at this specific point. Yeah. Yeah. The pull through the wall, also, I'm not sure about a Defendatron there, because you want to do a lot of damage to someone if they do a double pull, right? So I would say... Okay, so here's where you kind of want to use that pull. So it's up to you if you want to remove this or if you want to keep this in and like switch it out for something else. Maybe you could get a few more points, remove one of your Smelly Warriors and add a Cyclops with an overhead smash or something. Might work. And then you have a Snottingham. The bad dog with the Snottingham it's questionable. I would say maybe another medic puppeteer or something could be better. Just because the bad dog's going to run away, and Snottingham has pretty good range. But all in all, it's not too bad of a castle. There's a few changes you can make, but your vision was good and stuff like that. So you should be doing reasonably well, but until you get good stuns and get level 4 hunger bots, it is tough to kill people who just like chug potions. Hopefully that'll change in a couple of days, whenever they release patch 17. So with that, that's number 3. We're going to end the video here. If you guys enjoy what I do, please subscribe and leave a like on my videos. If you want to be a part of viewer castles, you can add me and create a challenge if you're lower levels, like this guy. He could have created a challenge. It takes a couple of days because you have to add me, and then you have to create a challenge, then I have to accept it, and then finally I can get to your castle. So, you know, it takes a little bit more time than just submitting it normally. So it's up to you. And then submitting it normally, you can email me at frenzycastleruns@hotmail.com. You can comment on either a video or my castle. And give me your in-game name. Summoner level, castle level is also pretty nice to have. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you commenting or watching my videos again. I don't really know what I was going for with that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.